Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Keefe Gymnasium tonight for tonight's matchup on Channel 15 Public Access Television. Mark Carboneau along with Stacy Kent on the camera this evening as we have the first meeting of the season between the Burr Burton Bulldogs and the Raiders of Rutland High School. Rutland 11-3 coming into tonight's contest. Burr Burton at 11-1, so it's a big matchup in Division I tonight. The last game that we had done on Channel 15, the Raiders lost that rematch with the Green Knights of Rice Memorial after beating Rice in South Burlington in the first matchup earlier this season. The Raiders made it close, but they came out on the short end against the Rice Green Knights. They've won a game since then to go to 10-3, and again the Bulldogs are 11-1. Tough matchup tonight for the Raiders. Should be a real interesting ball game here at Keefe Gymnasium tonight. Burr Burton's lineup features 10 seniors and 2 sophomores. Both teams will face each other again in Manchester this season, a little bit later on down the road. Raiders have been paced by Bailey Plant as of late. His outside shooting has been key for the Raiders this season. And I've noticed Cam Slade has had some nice inside work. I noticed that in the Rice game and pretty much most of the season from what I understand. So Slade doing a nice job inside. Plant doing the job outside along with a host of characters for the Raiders. So it'll be the Raiders and the Bulldogs coming up this evening from Keefe Gymnasium. We'll be back after a short break. All right, we're back at Keefe for the Raiders and the Bulldogs tonight on Channel 15. We'll go over the starting lineups for the Bulldogs. It's Joey Shahadi, number 10, number 13, Taylor Mensch, number 15, Cody Gilbert, number 24, Connor Harrington, and number 34, Ryan Smith for the Bulldogs. For the Raiders, it's number 14, Bailey Plant, number 10, Omari Brown, number 21, Cam Slade, 25, Nate Kingsley, and number 15, Tyrell Johnson. So there we go. It's Raiders, Bulldogs, and we're ready for the tip-off here at Keefe tonight. And the Raider faithful across the way, the student section, is ready for this one. Slade and Harrington, the Raiders control quickly. And it's Kingsley out to Brown. They go to Johnson. Johnson skips over to Plant now. Now to Johnson. Back out, or Murray Brown up on top. Over to Slade. Nate Kingsley has some trouble, skips it back out. Brown wanted to go inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Bulldog basketball. So Burr Burton puts it in play here with 7:34 left in the first quarter of play from Keefe Gymnasium. Bulldogs and the Raiders tonight, a big Division I matchup here. Harrington controls outside. Shahadi looking for the ball, doesn't get it back. And Smith had it. We got a whistle and a foul. And they're going to give it to number 10 for the Raiders. That's Omari Brown. So Brown picks up the personal, his first of the ball game. Bulldogs control outside. Harrington. So Harrington goes to Smith. Gilbert now. Gilbert at the top of the key. That's Mensch, Taylor Mensch outside. Looking to go inside here and working it inside, up and in. Nice basket by Harrington. So Harrington puts the Bulldogs in right back the other way. Nate Kingsley with a quick basket. I got a feeling this thing is going to be coast to coast all night long. Long shot doesn't go. Rebound controlled momentarily. We got a whistle and a foul down on the end. So Omari Brown hits the deck. And we'll see who the personal is going to be on 13. Mensch picks up the personal. That's his first. So Omari Brown controls. It's Brown and Plant. as the Bulldogs go to a full court press. Knocked out of bounds, it'll be Raider basketball. So Plant will inbound for the Raiders here with 6:27 left. First quarter, 2-2, all knotted up here at Keefe. So it's Brown Johnson. Plant looking to do some damage from outside tonight. Kingsley. And rebound is controlled by Shahadi, Joey Shahadi. Loses the momentarily. And Brown put the pressure on him. There's a shot from downtown, goes off the back of the iron by Harrington down there. It's controlled by the Raiders. Plant. This thing is going to be wide open tonight. There's Johnson and Lane, pretty play. And oh, they're going to call him. Let's see if they'll count the basket. Oh, they're going to wave off the basket. Wow. 5:50 left, first quarter, and they wave off the basket. They got a charge on Brown, I believe. No, actually it's on, yeah, it is. It was on Brown. Nice play off the, whoop, didn't go, rebound. Boy, right now, Bulldogs, a little more aggressive, and they're both aggressive, but nice play out of bounds, got it back in, and that one goes. Three-pointer by Minch, and it puts the Bulldogs up 5-2, 5:20 left here, and the first quarter play from Keefe. Again, the Bulldogs, full court press. Slade, back to Johnson. Johnson goes to Plant, downtown. That's going to be short off the front of the iron. Nice play by Slade. Cam Slade picks up the garbage and puts it in. It's 5-4, 4:55 left, first quarter. Nice play by Slade underneath. That's, well, we got a whistle. Wow, wow. That was a little nickel dimer there. Little nickel dimer there, and Omari picks up his second one. So Brown's got two quick ones here. And checking in is Casarino for the Raiders. So Casarino, 20, checks in for Rutland. And we've got a 5-4 ball game here, 4:38 left. First quarter of play. Inside, little oh! Kingsley's an animal inside. Nate Kingsley with two big blocks. And unbelievable. Step it outside now. We go to Smith outside. Ryan Smith in the lane cutting. Shahadi. And he gets the foul and the basket. So Shahadi's fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe for a chance for a three-point play, and it's a 7-4 ball game. Joey Shahadi at the line for the Bulldogs. 4:08 left, first quarter of play here from Keefe Gymnasium. And he got it. Slade picked up the personal. That's Cam's first. So we got Slade with one personal thus far this evening. Plant, nice play in the lane. Casarino, and they're gonna, well, it was a nice block. So we got Casarino was blocked on the shot. The Raiders will inbound in here. 8-4, 3:58 left first quarter. Bulldogs on top. Well, he's looking for help. Goes to Casarino. Now they skip it out to Plant. Tough D by the Bulldogs here in the early going. Ooh, that was a good-looking shot. Didn't go for Johnson, so it'll be Bulldog basketball. Burr Burton will inbound it here with 3:45 left here in the first quarter of play. 8-4, they're on top. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Keefe for this one. And so far the Bulldogs have been just a couple of steps quicker, both on both ends of the court, both ends of the basketball.
That forest down at that end looks rather slippery on that half of the court. I don't know. There's a three-pointer. And Harrington gets another one. The Raiders will take a timeout. 11-4. Burton will be back. All right, back at Keefe here. 3:22 left, first quarter of play. And it's the Bulldogs have a 11-4 lead here with 3:21 left in the quarter. And right from the get-go, Burton has employed that full court press. There's Plant thinking about it. Gets through the lane. Putback is up by Slade. He got fouled though. So Slade went back up with the after the miss. He was fouled on the play. And I'm looking at the board. I want to see who the foul was on 15. So that would be on Gilbert. So Cody Gilbert picks up his first personal. 11 checks in. That's Griffin Stalcup. So Stalcup comes in for Gilbert. He'll take a break. Slade gets 1 of 2. And it's 11-5 ball game here with 3:06 left in the quarter. Bulldogs working it around here, looking for an open man. Haven't had much trouble so far this evening. Shot from outside, and it's going to be controlled by Burr Burton. Off the boards again, so the Bulldogs pull down another rebound. And they'll reset here with 2:34 left in the first quarter of play. This is Shahad. He skips it back outside. Long range shot doesn't go. Rebound. Controlled by Johnson. Quickly. Nice. Plant. Off the iron. Plant's shot comes up short. 11-5. 2:13 left first quarter. Back the other way. And Connor Harrington with the bucket. He makes it a 13-5 ball game. The Raiders have got to regroup here and figure out something. They got to get some buckets, and they need some stops here. Kingsley over to Casarino from downtown. Got it. There's a three by Kyle, and it's 13-8. 1:45 left here. Second quarter of play, back the other way. Here comes Plant. Going all the way down, lays it up and in. Plant with the bucket. And it's a 13-10. And the Raiders are back. It's a 13-10 ball game with 1:23 left here in the first quarter of play. So a couple of nice shots there to draw the Raiders within 3. Burton outside. Nothing doing. Plant rebounds. And all of a sudden the Bulldogs have gone cold here. Here's Casarino from downtown. Off the iron. So Kyle's 0 for 2 from outside. 13-10 Bulldogs. And less than a minute to go now. They go to Harrington. Now he steps it out. Vickers, Carter Vickers, 21 in there for Burr Burton. Smith is 34. Here's Vickers now in the lane, and doesn't go. Nice rebound by Slade. And we got 25 seconds left as Plant works it outside to Casarino. Over to Johnson. We're down to 15 seconds here in the quarter. Probably with about 7 ready, time to go now. We're down to 7. 5 seconds. Casarino puts up the jumper, got it. Nice shot by Casarino. And after 1 quarter of play, it's the Bulldogs from Burr Burton 13 and your Raiders from Rutland High 12. All right, we're back at Keefe, ready for second quarter of play here. 13-12, the Bulldogs of Burr Burton on top of the Raiders, and it's been a great ball game here so far. We don't know what to expect here. Anything's possible here tonight. Division I ball against, it's the Raiders against the Bulldogs. We got a whistle, and down the other end we got a foul Let's see, they're going to bring the ball back down here and straighten this out. The Raiders control. So the foul is on Shahadi. Joey Shahadi picks up the personal. That's his first. And the Raiders will go back to the attack here with 7:40 left in the second quarter of play. Plant 23 in there for the Raiders. That's and the shot doesn't go by Plant. 23 in for the Raiders. Jim Mees in there, number 23 for Rutland. Pretty much the same way, Casarino, Kingsley, Plant. And a shot from outside doesn't go. Rebound is controlled by the Raiders. 24 in there for the Raiders. That's Henry Cohen. Casarino 0 for 3. Well, actually, he did get the shot before the half. So he's 1 for 4 from the floor is Kyle. Back the other way, a little skip in the lane. Now Shahadi's going to drive the lane up and in. So Shahadi gets the bucket, 15-12 Bulldogs. Second quarter, 6:40 left. There's Kingsley from downtown. And it goes in, but it hit the wire up on top of the board, so it'll be no basket. 15-12. Burr Burton on top, 6:34 left here, second quarter of action on Channel 15 tonight. And we've got a good one here from Keefe Gymnasium. Stacy Kent on the camera, Mark Carboneau on the play-by-play, and it's been coast to coast. There's a shot by Shahadi, in and out, rebound is controlled. Finally by Kingsley, and it's knocked out of his hands, but it's going to be a foul on Smith. So Ryan Smith picks up the personal. And that'll be Ryan's first. So Smith gets the personal, 6:18 left in the second quarter. And the Raiders find themselves down by 3 here. So the Raiders will inbound it. Johnson's in the ball game now, number 15 for the Raiders, as he'll control. So we got Johnson, Casarino. Kyle has it, skips a nice play underneath, and it's up and good. Cohen with the bucket, and it's a 15-14 ball game. It's going to be like this the rest of the way, I think. 33 in there for, that's Jack Bunker. So Bunker's in for Burr Burton. In the lane. There's got a whistle and a foul on the drive. And that was Cody Gilbert from Burr Burton on the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. .5:45 left here in the second quarter. And the Bulldogs on top, 15-14. We got a timeout here, so we'll take a short break. All right, we're back at Keefe here. 5:45 left, second quarter of action. And the Bulldogs with a 1-point lead, 15-14. At the line, Cody Gilbert for the Bulldogs here. And he's looking at 2 shots. And he got 1 of 2. So Gilbert puts Burr Burton up here, 16-14. 5:40 left here in the second quarter. Again, the Bulldogs come in with that full court press, but the Raiders have been able to break it thus far this evening. As a Plant goes in, a nice dish underneath and in. Cohen gets the bucket. It started with Plant. Plant went in the lane, and a nice dish underneath to Cohen. Raiders pretty deliberate on offense here. I haven't really seen them take any bad shots so far. So we got a tie ball game in the lane off the glass. Nothing doing. Raiders control. Cohen gets it to Johnson now. Casarino outside. Plant thought about it. And it comes back the other way. Burr Burton controls. Smith. And we got a whistle, and let's see what's going on here. It's on the drive, Gilbert. So it's going to be Nate Kingsley will pick up his second. So Nate picks up his second. He's going to take a seat. So we got Slades in, Cohen, Johnson, Casarino, and Plant for the Raiders. As Burr Burton controls outside. Smith now at the top. 4:43 left. Second quarter of play. Division I ball here tonight at Kiev. In the lane, a little bit of garbage here, and was put up by Bunker, but he came up short. And the Raiders control. Casarino skips it over to Plant. Bailey looking to take the shot. Nothing doing. Johnson back to Plant. Outside. Boy, off the back of the iron. Nothing doing. So rebound by Burr Burton as they control. Harrington, they go inside. Mensch had it. And Bunker. Here we go. The ball is tipped around. Finally controlled by the Bulldogs. 3:56 left here, second quarter. Off the chest, and it goes into the hands of Casarino. So he'll control for the Raiders. 3:48 left in the second quarter, 16 apiece. Out to Johnson. Nope. Slade wanted to go inside, and we went off the foot of Cohen, so they'll put it in play here. Omari Brown's coming back in. Bailey Plant's going to take a seat. And we got a timeout. 16-16. 3:35 left, second quarter. We'll be back. All right, back at Keefe here, 16-16. 3:35 left in the second quarter of play. It's the Raiders and the Bulldogs tonight here on Channel 15, your public access station. So Brown will inbound it for the Raiders. It's Brown, Casarino, Plant is out actually. Slade is in, and it's Amari Brown. And Shahadi's going to plead the fifth, but he did foul him. So Shahadi picks up his second personal of the ball game. Got it out to Johnson. Over to Brown. We got Johnson and Brown working outside. There's Casarino, the little jumper, doesn't go. Wanted to get a rebound, and controlled by Harrington of the Bulldogs. So Smith will bring it up. And outside, shot doesn't go. Rebound controlled by the Raiders. So Carter took the outside shot. The Raiders rebound. And nice in the lane, up, and it doesn't go. Boy, oh boy. Casarino inside to Cohen. In and out. Nice save by Brown. And it was Burr Burton does control, so they saved it going out of bounds. Bunker comes out for Burr Burton. So you've got Gilbert's in. Harrington is in there. Smith. Shahadi. And we got a whistle and a foul here down the other end. Getting ready to check in is Griffin Stelcup. So Stelcup getting ready to check in. He'll check in for Smith for Burr Burton. 16 apiece. It's like it's been that way for a little bit. So Shahadi's at the free throw line, and with the personal for the Raiders was Tyrell Johnson. That was his second, and he'll got another one coming here. 2:34 left in the second quarter. And Shahadi got them both. So it puts the Dogs up 18-16. 2:30 left here, second quarter of action from Keefe. Big Division I ball game tonight here on Channel 15. Is Henry Cohen now with the ball for the Raiders. It's knocked out of bounds, so it'll be Raider basketball. So Slade will inbound it here with 2:20 left. It'll actually be Casarino will put it in place. So Casarino, you got Amari Brown, Cam Slade. Maybe it's me, but I don't know. It just seems like a little bit of hand checking going on out there. Stolen away by Brown. In the lane, up and in. So Brown gets the bucket. Boy, the Burr Burton faithful wanted to charge on that one. They didn't get it though. Shahadi now working outside. The place is starting to heat up again. Stalkup goes to Smith. They go to Harrington. Jumpers off the iron. Harrington again. Got it. 20-18. Dogs on top. 1:28 left here in the second quarter. And we got a whistle. I think we got a foul underneath. .24. So they got Harrington on the personal, I believe. So that'll be Connor's first personal of the ball game. 1:20 left. Plants back in for the Raiders. And we got a foul against Gilbert. So Gilbert will check in or check out. Bunker checks back in for the Bulldogs. 20-18, 1:15 left here, second quarter of play. And at the free throw line is Bailey Plant. And Plant will have a second go of it here. Rebound nicely by Cohen. So the Raiders control here with 1:11. They're going to step it back out. Work some time off the clock here. Second quarter of action. It's a 20-19 ball game. Burr Burton on top. Nice look inside to Cohen, and he drops it. Henry Cohen with the bucket. Raiders back up, 21-20. Less than 50 seconds left here. Second quarter. Shahadi was thinking about it. Harrington's going to take it, and he makes it. So Harrington with the bucket. Puts the Dogs back up 23-21. We got 25 seconds left. Second quarter of play. We'll step it back out. Well, Brown's going to wait till about 6 or 7 seconds and then go in. Nice. Brown off the glass and in. Pretty play by the Raiders. And the shot at the buzzer doesn't go. Well, how appropriate after one half of play. It's the Raiders 23 and the Bulldogs 23. We'll be back for second half action momentarily. All right, we're back at Keefe here, ready for third quarter of action from Keefe Gymnasium. It's the Bulldogs, and it's the Raiders here on Channel 15 tonight. Big Division I matchup. We get ready for third quarter of play. It's 23-23, all knotted up here at halftime. So we're getting ready to put it in play. The Raiders will have it. And we've got, they'll have Plant, Johnson. They'll also have Kingsley, Brown, and Slade in there. And look inside to Kingsley, a little jumper, and he didn't get the roll on that one's controlled by Burr Burton. Quickly is Shahadi now. And they work it around. This is Harrington outside. He's going to take the jumper, and it's rebounded by Kingsley of the Raiders. So Nate being guarded by Harrington, lets it off, gets it back, or gets it to Johnson here coming in. the forecourt. Back out to Amari Brown. So Brown controls. It'll be a little quicker. Harrington with the quick hands. And goes up against Kingsley, and it's controlled by Brown. Quickly down the other way. Amari Brown, and up and in off the glass. Brown going coast to coast. 25-23. Raiders on top here. 7:04 left here. Third quarter of play from Keefe. Harrington now at the top. Goes to Smith. Shahadi with the turnaround. Brown with the rebound. Raiders look like they got maybe a little bit of an extra jump in their step here to open the third quarter of play. It's been a competitive ball game. Burr Burton did get out. They opened up the scoring in that first quarter, but then the Raiders came right back. Whistle and a foul in the lane, and we'll see who we get this one on. .24 on the personal. That's Harrington's second. And at the line for the Raiders will be Johnson. And Tyrell's got another one coming. 6:30 left in the third quarter of play. Didn't get it. Rebound is controlled by Shahadi. Gets it to Smith. So Smith, Shahadi, Harrington's in there. 15 is Gilbert. Smith working it outside, working against Brown. Now Shahadi controls. In the lane, Gilbert, and we got a push. I think they're going to have Kingsley. And I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Nate's third. So Kingsley picks up the third personal with 5:58 left here, third quarter of play. Smith controls outside for Burr Burton. Taylor Mensch is 13. Mensch comes up to get the ball in the lane. And Gilbert controlled by Slade. Brown got hammered going in. So Murray's going to go to the free throw line here. And the Burr Burton coach looking for a timeout here. They got timeout Bulldogs. 25-23 Raiders. 5:39 left, third quarter. We'll be back. Right, back at Keefe, and at the free throw line will be Amari Brown for the Raiders. Third personal on Connor Harrington for the Bulldogs. So Harrington with 3. Brown got the first one. Lane violation, I believe, against the Raiders. Yep. So no basket. So Burr Burton will inbound it here with 5:39 left in the third quarter of play. Smith looking for help now, and he finds Shahadi. They go to Gilbert. Mensch. Back to Smith on top. Connor Harrington now. There's Gilbert. Well, I thought he was going to stop and pop it, but it goes back to Mensch to Smith. What a Raiders tough D here, denying Burr Burton. There's finally in the lane, and rebound is controlled by the Raiders. And Murray Brown in the lane puts it up. It's knocked out of bounds by Rutland, so it'll be Burr Burton basketball here with 4:49 left in the third quarter of play. Checking in for the Raiders is Henry Cohen, so Cohen is back in. They got Cohen, Plant, Slade, Johnson, and Brown for the Raiders. 26-23. Raiders on top here, 4:41 left, third quarter. Outside, this is Minch from downtown, doesn't go. Rebound knocked away. Knocked away from Johnson. And Harrington knocked the ball away, tried to control it. Goes out of bounds, Raider basketball. So Plant puts it in play as Brown controls for Rutland. Raiders working it around to Slade. Stay outside now. Plant working inside. Tried to go up with it. We got a tie-up. And possession arrow will go to Burr Burton. So the Bulldogs will inbound it here. 26-23. 4:13 left here in the third quarter from Keefe. Bulldogs and the Raiders, big ball game tonight here. Stolen away by Plant down the other end, followed by Plant. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we got a whistle and a foul. And Burr Burton, the Bulldog coach, is beside himself. And let's see what the foul was on Minch. Taylor Minch picking up the personal. So that's one for Minch as the Johnson Omari Brown controls for Rutland. 3:52 left. Brown leaves it for Johnson. Tyrell looking inside. There's Plant working hard inside, and they got Plant for steps. So Bailey Plant called for the traveling. 26-23. And Casarino's going to check in for Slade. So Kyle Casarino back into the ball game. Cam Slade's going to take a breather. 3:44 left. And the Raiders with a 3-point lead. Not a lot of scoring here in the third quarter of play. And we got a, finally Coach wants a timeout. Coach Wood wants a timeout. He wants an explanation of what's going on. We got a 30-second timeout. And 26-23, the Raiders have the 3-point lead. And, you know, I never get on the officials, but I gotta say, there's been some questionable calls this evening. But you know what? I think it's gone both ways. And that's my opinion on it. 26-23, Raiders have the lead. 3:36 left here in the third quarter of play. And we're going to leave it right here. We're just going to keep going. And this thing is, it's been heated right from the opening tip. And the Bulldogs got out to a big lead in that first quarter. The Raiders fought back, and it's been nip and tuck ever since. So the Raiders playing a tough D here against Burr Burton, a tough, scrappy squad. It's been physical on both sides of the basketball. So you can't say, you know, the refs were partial to one side or the other. From what I've seen. All right, let's leave the officials out of the game and let the kids play it. And there's a shot off the front of the iron. There's a steal by Smith, and Smith gets fouled. And a round of applause goes up from the Burr Burton faithful here at Keefe Gymnasium tonight. 3:18 left in the third quarter. Jim Mee checks in for Rutland. And let's see. So you got Casarino, Mee, Cohen, and a nice play underneath. Harrington gets the bucket. And it makes it a 26-25 ball game. 3:10 left here in the third quarter of play. Almost stolen away. Raiders got it back. Brown, Plant goes inside, off the glass and in. And Plant with the bucket. And we got a whistle and a foul. He's going to get a chance for a 3-point play. So it's a 28-25 ball game with 2:57 left in the third quarter of play. It's pretty intense here at Keefe this evening, and I'm sure it's going to be the same when they go to Manchester to do the rematch. And we got a lane violation this time. It's against Burr Burton. So Bailey's going to get another shot here. Plant gets them both. It's 29-25 Raiders with 2:54 left in the third quarter of play. Back comes Burr Burton to the attack. Shahadi's going to step it out. Takes the jumper, looks good. Off the back of the iron, controlled by Cohen. Quickly come the Raiders. Oh, Brown lost the handle, got it back. Plant. Well, we got a charge, and they're going to call that against the Raiders. 14 picks up the personal. Plant, that's his first. So with 2:30 left in the third quarter of play, the Raiders with a 4-point lead, 29-25. Smith working it outside. Harrington takes it. And the rebound is controlled by Brown, looking for help. Leaves it for Cohen. Cohen has it knocked. Whoa! Well, that was definitely a foul. Murray Brown going to the free throw line as Taylor Minch commits the personal. That's his second foul for the evening thus far. Non-shooting foul, so the Raiders will inbound it. It's like 5 team fouls for the Raiders and 4 for the Raiders, 5 for Burr Burton. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter of play, 29-25. All right, this is Plant. Goes to Casarino to Brown. Omari up and in. Brown gets the bucket. 31-25. 1:42 left. Third quarter of play from Keefe. This is Shahadi. And a shot is good. Gilbert with the three-pointer. 31-28. Back comes Burr Burton. We got a carry now. We got a carry and against the Raiders, so it'll be Burr Burton basketball. (31-28). Burr Burton puts it in play. Jimmy Mee's in there. Casarino's in. Brown. Plant and Cohen for the Raiders. 1:13 left, third quarter. Carter, they're looking for help. Vickers now looks it inside. Smith. And we got a whistle and a foul is called. And I think they're going to have, number 20, Casarino. Kyle Casarino picked up the personal. That's his first of the evening. So they go inside, wanted to go inside, knocked away. .58 seconds left. Burr Burton inbounding the ball here as we come to the close of the third quarter of play. Inside, Harrington off the glass, didn't get it, rebounded by Cohen. Harrington didn't come up with the easy bucket underneath, and that's a big miss for the Bulldogs. About 40 seconds left here. 31-28. Brown, they go to Casarino. Here's Brown in the lane, puts it, whoa! Blocked by Harrington, down the other way. Here come the Bulldogs. Harrington steps it back, And off the iron. Crashing the boards was Brown and me, and Brown came up with the ball, and he's fouled by Harrington. Harrington, that's a big foul on Connor because that's his 4th personal. So Harrington picks up his 4th here with 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of play. The Raiders have got 10 seconds left here with the ball. We go to Brown. And we got steps called on Brown. They're going to take Plant out. Jimmy Mee's going to come in for the last 2 seconds. So Mee's in, Plant sits. And Burr Burton with the last second shot coming up. Here's Shahadi. Turns and wanted to go inside, nothing doing. After 3 quarters of play from Keefe, it's the Raiders 31, the Bulldogs 28, and we'll be back for the final 4th quarter after this break. All right, we're back at Keith. It's 31-28. The Raiders on top here with the 4th quarter ready to get underway. Bailey Plant is in, Omari Brown, Kyle Casarino, Nate Kingsley, and Cam Slade in for the Raiders. As Brown is guarded out there by Vickers. There's a shot up and in. And the Raiders step it up 34-28. 3-pointer is good. I was looking at my book, so I'm not sure who got it. Shot from outside is no good by Gilbert, controlled wide open down the other way. Kingsley lays, oh, ho, ho. Nate had it. Here's Casarino with the jumper. Got it. Casarino now, and Burton wants a timeout of the Raiders have erupted here at the start of the 4th quarter. It's 36-28, Raiders, 7:15 left. We'll be back. Okay, back at Keefe here, ready to go. 7:15 left here in the 4th quarter of play. It's the Raiders on top here, 36-28 over the Burr Burton Bulldogs, and a big matchup here tonight in Division I. Mark Carboneau along with Stacy Kent on the camera to bring you this one here on Channel 15 this evening. And Shahadi with the shot partially blocked. Smith, and that one's blocked by Brown. And Casarino controls. Kingsley with the turnaround, rebounded by Burr Burton. Smith, that's blocked by Brown, but they get it back. Smith gets the ball back now. Burr Burton. Raiders have got him on their heels. Let's see. Whoa! Big bucket by Smith. And it's 36-31 now. 6:30 left here, 4th quarter of play. Raiders by 5. Kingsley. Nate Kingsley with the 3-pointer. Kingsley's got the hot hand here. 39-31, Raiders by 8. Back the other way now, Bulldogs with the basketball. Shahadi skips it to Gilbert, now back to Shahadi, puts it up, and he got the roll. So Shahadi's bucket makes it 39-33 now, 5:52 left here, 4th quarter. This is Kingsley now, working against Harrington. Casarino, and whoa, we got a whistle and a foul. Shahadi's going to pick up the personal, and Kyle Casarino will go to the free throw line for the Raiders. That'll be Joey Shahadi's 4th personal of the ball game. So at the free throw line will be Kyle Casarino here to shoot 2. Griffin Stelcup comes in, checking in for Gilbert for Burr Burton. So you've got, for the Raiders, you've got Brown and Plant. Casarino's shot doesn't go. You've got Kingsley and Slade. So now we got Burr Burton basketball. They'll put it in play here with 5:36 left in the fourth quarter of play. 39-33, the Raiders by 6. Of course, this game is far from over. A lot's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. Bulldogs, whoop, I thought Shahadi's going to take it from outside. Rebound is control underneath. And the putback doesn't go. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Raider basketball. So Brown will put it in play as the shot by Stelcup came up short. Goes to Smith, gets the steal. Stelcup wanted to shoot it. Now they go to Smith. There's a shot and off the, whoa, with the tip. Doesn't go. Rebound is controlled by the Raiders. Kingsley leaves it for Casarino. And it's knocked out of bounds by Burr Burton. It'll be Raider basketball. 4:54 left here. 39-33, fourth quarter of action. The Raiders will inbound it. Bailey Plant. Looking for, there's Slade had it. Went off the back of the iron. Back the other way now, the Bulldogs. 4:47 left. Fourth quarter of play from Keefe Gymnasium tonight. Going to step it back now. There's Shahadi to Smith. And Shahadi thinking about it. Working against Brown. Wanted to leave it for Harrington. It's stolen by Brown. Casarino back the other way. Puts it up and in. Pretty play by Casarino going in left-handed. Back we go, Bulldogs. Long one outside and in and out. Rebound up and in. Got a whistle and a foul on the play. Stelcup gets the bucket. And he's going to go to the charity stripe here to pick up a third point. If he converts, it's 41-35 with 4:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Second personal. Shot is rebounded by Burr Burton. Looking for help. We go to Smith outside. Smith had it. Taken away. It goes off Burr Burton. So it'll be Raider basketball and putting into play Bailey Plant for the Raiders. Plant's in there. Johnson's in. Brown. They got a timeout is called by Coach Wood of the Raiders. So 3:45 left here, fourth quarter, and it's 41-35 Raiders. We'll be back at Keefe. All right, Keefe Gymnasium is the site here this evening as the Raiders have a 41-35 lead over Burr Burton. 3:45 left here in the fourth quarter of play as the Raiders will inbound it. Kingsley and Slade in the back court, or in the forecourt. Brown brings it up. It's Brown and Johnson in the backcourt along with Kingsley. Nate Kingsley now thinking about it. Had the hot hand earlier. Here's Brown. We got a foul outside. Taylor Minch is going to pick up the personal. Whoop. Thank you, dear. So Minch will pick up his third. Amari Brown gets them both for the Raiders. Makes it a 43-35 ball game now. As back to the attack is Smith for the Bulldogs to Harrington. There's a shot from outside, up and in. Stelkup with the bucket. 43-38, 3:13 left. Slade back to Plant now for the Raiders. Goes to Johnson. Johnson over to, gotta watch the passes. They're double teaming them. And it's pretty plagued by Brown. Goes in the lane. Rebound by Harrington. Knocked out of bounds. Controlled by the Raiders. So the Raiders will inbound it here with 2:52 left. They're up on this, up on the Bulldogs, 43-38. Shot is up and in. We got a whistle on the foul. Is on Smith, the Burr Burton. And the basket is good by Plant. He's going to send Bailey to the free throw line. And he'll try to complete the three-point play here with 2:50 left. 45-38. And Bailey gets it. So it's a 46-38 ball game. Burr Burton now putting in play. On the foul there for Burr Burton was Ryan Smith. That's his second personal of the ball game. 2:47 left here in the fourth quarter of play. Shahadi skips it back off for Harrington. Now they go to Smith. In the lane up, and he didn't get it. Vickers comes up short with the shot, but they got a whistle and a foul. So we got a 1-and-1 now, as the foul was on Amari Brown. So that's Amari's third personal of the ball game. Brown picks up the third, and that's 7 against the Raiders. 7 team fouls. No good on the free throw shot, and it's controlled by Burr Burton. Waits for the Plant to get up in the air. Nice shot by Shahadi underneath. 46-40 now. Burr Burton coming full court press. Brown doing a good job of breaking the press. 2:16 left. We go to Plant. Plant now against the Slade. Goes to Kingsley. Nate Brown controls it, trying to kill some clock here. We got a whistle and a foul outside. As Amari Brown's going to go to the foul line. Carter Vickers picks up the personal. That's his first of the ball game. So Vickers gets his first with 2 minutes left in the contest. 46-40, Amari Brown at the free throw line for some important free throws here down the stretch for the Raiders. So he gets, Brown gets 1 of 2, 47-40. Raiders up by 7 here with 2 minutes left in the ball game here at Keefe Gymnasium tonight. Burr Burton now with the ball. Got a whistle underneath. Falls on Slade for the Raiders, so Cam was going to pick up. That's his second personal, so 2 on Slade this evening. And at the charity stripe will be Joey Shahadi for Burr Burton. Got another one coming here with 1:52 left in the ball game. Shahadi gets them both. That's a 5-point Raider lead with 1:52 left here at Keefe Gymnasium tonight. It's been a battle, I'll tell you. It's been physical the whole way. Brown all the way down. Downtown Amari Brown for the Raiders. And it's 49-42 with 1:37 left here in the contest. Shahadi back the other way. Rebound is controlled by Brown. Here comes Brown now. There's Plant with a three-pointer. And the basket's good. And he's fouled. Plant's got a chance for a 4-point play. And I'll tell you, boy, as a coach, you hate to see that if you're on the opposite side, because you never want to give up. It's one thing if the kid makes the three, but you never want to give up possibly a 4-point play. So Plant's going to go to the charity stripe. I think we got the player that's Connor Harrington, picked up his 5th personal, so he's going to take a seat permanently with 1:24 left in the contest. 52-42, the Raiders by 10. Well, you got to believe that the rematch will be something when these two teams get together again down in Manchester, as this is the first meeting of the season. So if the first one was, I'll tell you, it was enjoyable up to this point, the rematch should be something down in Manchester. 1:24 left in the contest, 52-42, the Raiders by 10. Connor Harrington has fouled out for the Bulldogs. And the Raiders have 8 team fouls. And they're in the bonus now. Burr Burton has 10 team fouls. So 1:24 left. And I'll tell you, it's been a physical contest. The whole contest is right from the get-go, opening tip, and both teams have gone at each other like a couple of prize fighters here. Been a tough match here at Keefe. If you like defense, this has been a good one. 52-42, 1:24, and Bailey Plant at the free throw line. Plant's shot is in through the twines. 4-point play by Plant, and it's 53-42 Raiders. The shot from outside by Mensch, and we got a whistle and a foul. And the personal is going to be this time for Burr Burton, number 11. That'll be Stelcups. That'll be his first. So the Raiders in the bonus here at this point. And Tyrell Johnson at the free throw line. Got another one coming for Tyrell. So he doesn't get either one. Shahadi controls for Burr Burton. All the way down, puts it up and in. Shahadi gets the bucket, 53-44. There's that press again. It goes back to Brown. Brown gets fouled. So Mensch will pick up the personal. He's got the least out of all of them, I think. That should only be his second, maybe his, whoa, I guess my mistake, that's his 4th. So Mensch will pick up the 4th personal. 1:02 left in the contest, so Murray Brown at the free throw line. So Brown gets 1 of 2. And back to the attack comes Burr Burton here. 55-44 with less than a minute to go. That's Vickers. Oh, off the glass. Stelcup gets the bucket. The bank was open this evening for Stelcup. Back the other way. Kingsley tight-roping down the sidelines there. And we got a whistle and a foul on the play. So that's going to send Nate Kingsley. Even though you got the three-point shot in the game these days, you're going to get to a point where Burr Burton's going to run out of. There's only so many times you can foul the player, stop the clock. The clock is your friend if you're Burr Burton. If you can keep stopping that. The problem is if the Raiders keep making the free throws, then it kind of null and voids the fact that they have to stop the clock. So Kingsley for the second one, and Nate gets them both. 57-47, the Raiders by 10. 44 seconds left here in the contest. Carter Vickers there from downtown. Rebound is controlled by Slade, looking for help. He's got Kingsley. Johnson, blocked by Johnson, and they're going to get a foul on Shahadi. So Shahadi went up. He thought he got the block. And it looks like that's 5 on Joey. So I'll tell you, two of the top players, Joey Shahadi, Connor Harrington, fall out this evening here at Keefe for the Burr Burton Bulldogs. Tough game here at Keefe for Burr Burton. The Raiders rose to the occasion here in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter of play, as Tyrell Johnson's going to get another shot here at the free throw line. Raiders by 10, 29 seconds left in the contest. So Johnson gets one of two. It's 58-47. All the way down, puts it up and in. Carter Vickers with the bucket, and there's a lot of green jerseys down at this end. Three-point play, or three-point shot was good by Carter Vickers again. We got a timeout call with 8 seconds left as the Bulldogs got a couple of steals. They got some points, and it's 58-52 now. It's a 6-point game. So this thing is not quite finished here at Keefe. I'll keep talking as Stacy gave me the signal, and we'll just keep going here. I'll tell you, the Raider faithful here, the student section, they've been noisy this evening, with good reason. A lot of support. Good to see here at Keefe Gymnasium. And it was missing for years. Years ago, you couldn't get the kids to come to the ball games back in the 90s, and they've come back and they've supported the team, and I think it's great. And it's 8 seconds left here at Keefe. Burr Burton Bulldogs 52, the Raiders 58. And one word describes the game tonight: physical. It has purely been a physical contest tonight here at Keefe Gymnasium. As some of the faithful head for the exits. This thing is not over yet, though. 6 points separate the Raiders and the Bulldogs. Amari Brown, they got Brown is pushed. Stelcup will pick up the personal. So Brown will go to the free throw line, and Omari will have a chance possibly to put this out of reach here with 6.6 seconds left in the ball game. That's Stelcup's second personal. And Brown is good on the first one. So that's a 7-point lead. So now you're looking at a three possession game, and the second one is good. So now they're up by 8. Definitely 3 possessions. Here comes Smith for Burr Burton. Shot is up and in. 60-55. It's a 5-point win for the Raiders, but the Raiders came out in that fourth quarter, totally took control of the tempo. Burr Burton, I'll tell you,